Hello, I'm joined today by some of our Year 5 and Year 6 digital leaders who were really helpful during a recent EdTech Insight Day we held here at Cornerstone. And so I've invited them in today to tell us about their experiences from that day. Could you start by telling us what was the purpose of the EdTech Insight Day?
To me, it was to show other people from different schools how we use technology at Cornerstone.
To show our visitors how we use the interactive whiteboards to teach and the laptops to learn.
To show our visitors from other schools how our different types of technology works, when we use it and what do we use it for.
Okay, and what technology did you talk to our visitors about?
We talked about the ways we use a range of devices such as iPads, laptops and VR headsets for our learning.
With the younger classes, they use EdShed a lot to support the children's learning. They mainly use Maths Shed, Spelling Shed and Phonics Shed.
In the older classes, we also make use of TT Voxels on the iPads. They help us practice and remember our times tables.
We discussed about how we use interactive whiteboards in lessons and how we complete our homework learning on OneNote.
We shared with our visitors about the use of laptops in lessons. This might be using OneNote to complete challenges, or it could be coding with Scratch or Microbits.
We talked about that a mouse can be plugged into one of the laptops, for example when we are building in Minecraft, and headphones can be plugged into the iPads when we are using videos for research.
And of all that tech that the visitors saw, what did they see the children actually using on the day?
In the younger classes, we saw the children working in groups to complete matching exercises in their maths learning on the interactive whiteboard.
We also saw the younger children using the interactive whiteboards to explore people senses and also to play some phonics games.
We also saw them using OneNote on the laptop to support their learning about World War II and history.
They're exploring World War II posters and analysing how and why they might be considered propaganda.
Children were watching BBC Bite-sized videos on their laptops to explore more about the ancient Romans.
And what were some of the really interesting questions that you ended up being asked by our visitors?
They asked lots of questions about how the children use the different apps and technology for learning.
I was asked about how we access our home learning. I explained that we use an internet-enabled device from home, log into our class team, and then click on the link our teachers has shared, which takes us straight to our OneNote for that week.
They asked us what we use the VR headsets for. I explained that we have used them to explore both the inside and outside of ancient Egyptian temples.
Visitors were interested about how we get into teams for both learning in school and at home. We explained that we use quick cards, which have a QR code to scan to access into all of our accounts in one scan.
They were also keen to find out our experience with the quick cards and how they help us. They also asked us to demonstrate how to access Office 365 on different devices through using our school email.
And of all these things that they saw, what do you think our visitors were most impressed by?
They were quite impressed by the quick cards, as they were fascinated by how quickly we could access our Microsoft Teams, EdShed and TT Rockstars.
They were impressed by our interactive whiteboards, but mainly by the way they were used. That children were able to come up and use them or access information from them throughout the lessons.
They thought our learning hub was great, as well as it being large and colourful as a wide range of books, but also a set of iPads and an interactive whiteboard. This means the room can be used by many classes and groups throughout the day for different activities.
They were also impressed by how much we could access and use apps within Microsoft 365 like Teams, OneNote, Sway, Word, etc.
They were impressed by how all of our home learning, EdShed and TT Rockstars were all on the same page when we logged into a device, either at home or in school.
They also really enjoyed looking around our classrooms and how well they were designed for our learning, such as our English and maths learning walls, and easy access to our range of equipment.
They also said that the children across the school were respectful of the equipment and took care using and packing away devices.
And I'd add, many of them told me how impressed they were with you as a group, but also the children across the school in the confident and knowledgeable way you shared your ideas and experiences and answered their questions. And talking of questions, I'd like to finish with a final one, reflecting for you. What do you think you gained most from the experience?
I feel I gained confidence in that day because at first I was quite shy, but the more we did, the more confident I got.
It helped us learn how we could explain the different types of tech and how we use them at Cornerstone.
I think we gained more trust because it was our first time doing a big role and we got back some good feedback.
I think we gained more responsibilities because we were trusted with a big role to do.
We gained confidence as we haven't been involved in an event like this with visitors to our school before.
Thank you very much, both for your brilliant help on the day, but thank you also for sharing your insights in this podcast.